Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Taurus July 2025 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel St. James Clairvoyant. Well, a great deck for you this month, the Thoth deck. A lot of people are afraid of the Thoth deck because they don't understand a lot of the esoteric imagery that's in it. Now, the deck was said to have been developed by a guy called Aleister Crowley. He was a member of the Golden Dawn Society, as was the artist Frida Harris, and they thought that the Rider-Waite deck that was developed within that society wasn't much good and that they could do better. Well, Crowley was a junkie. He was a heroin and opium addict, coke, everything that you can name. And yet, Frida Harris, who was married to a British politician who probably didn't spend a lot of time with her, she had time on her hands, and she found Crowley, no doubt somebody who was exotic and amusing. And she was the one who did the fantastic artwork on this. She got it. Now, as a clairvoyant, of course, you know that. I provide clairvoyant readings to you wherever you may be in the world over Apple FaceTime or Google Meet. And I charge for those. The details are in the description. There's another gift which I offer for free. It's a gift of healing. Also provided by over FaceTime or Google Meet. Google Meet's really simple to use, incidentally. And that runs for about, well, can go anywhere from about 15 minutes up to an hour or so. The clairvoyant reading generally goes for an hour, hour and a half, something like that. The details of both of those are in the description if you're interested. Now, the healing, if it's calling out to you, there's a reason why there is, because it's never a coincidence if anybody contacts me, and of course it comes through me and not from me, as you would understand. Now, there are no video advertisements breaking their way into this content, and so you get to enjoy it without any interruption. So let's see what there is. Here is the Hermit. Hello, Hermit. Here is the Three of Discs, it would be. There is the Devil. Good card, the Devil. There is the Ace of Cups. And finally, what might we pull out from in here somewhere? There's what? This, which is the Knight of Swords. Right. Why don't you come and sit down here next to me? I'll also bring the camera around so that everybody else can see as well. And together, we'll look at these cards and I'll point out some of the interesting imagery on them while they reflect the cosmic energies that are swirling around you, and I'll do the reading for you. Lots of success, love, self-love, great degree of purpose moving things here, and you're going to be like the wind storm. But let's talk about love, shall we? Let's see what this card is saying to us here. Well, this is, for me anyway, the Lord of the root of powers of water. And you know what? I get a lot of Scorpio, Sagittarius and Libra around here. Now, this is the Ace in the Cup suit. Now, cups, you will recall, they contain your experiences of relationships, the pursuit of happiness, love, fulfillment, pleasure in material things as well. You would understand that. And so what I think here is what you're also getting is an emotional clarity, a deep love of yourself. And that's important because if you love yourself, you become beautiful and the rest of the world sees it. Always be your own cheerleader. Talk yourself up. There's giving and receiving going on here. Love in its purest sense. There's an abundance. Maybe a new relationship here. Now, this relationship could well be a romantic relationship. It could be the deepening of an existing relationship. But it doesn't have to be just romantic attachments. It might be a new business relationship or a new customer. A lot of sensual, passionate feelings around here. And I am getting birth, pregnancy here as well. Let's see if this can throw any more light on what's happening. Let me see here. Well, here is this white lotus. Now that is the symbol for love of a giving nature. And it forms the base of the cup, which is blue in color, the element of water. Now, vertically down through the cup comes that brilliant energy beam which is uniting Earth with heaven or the cosmos. And the cup is the medium which makes itself available for the coming together of the above and the below, the inner and the outer. Now, the Ace of Cups, for me anyway, is, well, I would call it the feminine counterpart to the Ace of Wands. So here you will be open, receptive, and surrendering, and you will be carrying with you the good changing power of giving love. Now, the upper and lower portions of this painting here, to me, they really, I think, contain within them the same quality, don't they? Below, in the emotional realm of water, and above in the sphere of spirit. As above, so below. And that which you feel inside you will be able to express itself outwardly, clearly, and openly as well. And emotional clarity will result. And I think that this is emphasized by the balance that's in this picture here. You will find that the giving of love will happen effortlessly. And this, which will be flowing into you continually from the boundless abundance of the beloved, will radiate outwards again by itself if you remain open and receptive. Now, I guess that this is just going to be happening automatically. You can compare it, I suppose, with the flower which sets off its perfume, whether someone comes close enough to enjoy that perfume or not. There is so much to share now. It's as if all of existence can take part in it. The cup of unconditional love is being offered to you. Will you drink from it? Because you are in contact with all-embracing love. It will fill you, and you can pass it on generously, lavishly to others. And say, an all-encompassing love fills me and my environment. Now, that is such a great ace, that. Now, here's one of your sister earth signs. This is Saturn in Capricorn. What I see here, there is a lot of fertility, a lot of procreative energy. There's a new vim and vigor with you, a new vitality. I think you'll have a really good sense of humor, and there's a lot of sensuality and the physical expression of that sensuality. A lot of creative energy here. And I think you'll be looking at things and acquiring them just on blind impulse, really, because you just can't resist it. You can't resist the temptation here. Now, the devil is one of those cards which is really misunderstood. To understand it, well, this painting of it anyway, you've got to free yourself from all the popular moral and superstitious ideas. Now, I think here that the devil is represented by the god Pan in the form of a white mountain goat with these powerful twisted horns. And this column, which goes up behind him, well, you could probably put two and two together and you will get the erect penis, because that's what it is. And the two globes below, naturally, they symbolize the testicles. This is a representation of creative energy in its most material sense, in that acquisitive, successful, driven sense to enjoy life. Now, inside these globes here, there's things in there that look like sperm cells, but they're actually 4 male figures, and 4 female bodies, and they represent the bringers of the new. So the tremendous powers of generation, I think they are also symbolized by this staff, which has got a couple of snakes hanging off it, and these wings going out. Now this phallic column reaches up to the edge of the painting, and again, you can put two and two together there. But you could also say that it reaches through to the heavens, which is symbolized by that ring. So there is really here the connecting of earths, because this goes down into the earth, this phallic column, the earth's center and heaven, in a wonderful image of creative union. You see, this anchoring deep in the earth permits the dark brown earth energy to rise in order to melt with the golden cosmic energy from above. And this melting together of cosmic and earth energy, that's really going to inspire you in creative directions and make you capable of manifesting this inspiration. This is actually also interesting here. Now you might see, I don't know if you can, but here is an eye, the third eye, which is open. Now, this indicates this devil's extra abilities in the realm of extra sensory perception, but I think it's also going to really highlight the intuition in front of you. Now, the other thing that I will say about this devil is very focused. Nothing distracts it from his material goal. And so this is saying to me also that this is a time when you will be very goal-oriented. And if you stay focused and do what is necessary to be done, even if you don't want to do it, then you can achieve a lot. Because this is about success and abundance. And as if to reinforce that point of success and abundance, here's a couple of other things which are just striking me. And let's have a look at this, see what we can take from it. Well, it's Mars. You see a little glyph for Mars there. And there's a little glyph for Capricorn. So it's Mars in Capricorn. Well, Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So the energy of Mars is really very constructive here rather than its normal destructive sense, Mars. And Capricorn's materialism, well, that benefits from the energy and activity of Mars. And so this is saying that when you invest time and effort into work, however broadly you want to define that, then things will turn out favorably for you. This could also be talking about new responsibilities in a job, career satisfaction, doing a good job, continued progression, productivity going on here. There's gradual progress. You'll have a duty to yourself and lots of self-confidence. This is saying that the full use of your energies in any situation which you feel obliged to deal with, you will be willing to do it, even if it's difficult, because this sense of duty or obligation is coming up from within you. That's what's driving you on. You're not being forced to do it. Now, your whole being will be needed. There's going to be the full engagement of all of your energy will be necessary. Now, these, you're probably wondering what these things are. You might call them the three gunas in the Hindu tradition, but I think they actually refer to your body, mind, and spirit. And none of these three things can be left out when you are setting about doing things, because it is only through their combined and balanced use will you see the visible results, which is this crystal pyramid thing here. The energies of the different planes are being united by the common goal. There's a clarity that arises. Again, I'm getting it from this crystal here. The air heavens begin to open. The clouds of uncertainty may repeatedly try to blur your clear vision of the goal, but your unshakable determination coming from this is going to push you through and let you overcome any temporary doubts, and this assures your gradual progress. Well, do we have any other interesting characters around? Yes, we do have an interesting character. Here's an interesting character, the Knight of Swords. Do you know, I tell you, this has got Taurus dripping all over it this month. It really, really is. I think Gemini might also be important to you. This is the Lord of winds and breezes. You'll be very active, clever, skillful, fierce, perhaps, and courageous. But just as you sometimes might be acting on blind impulse, as this talks about, this is saying that sometimes you maybe don't think about things as deeply as you should do before you make a decision, but there's nothing of any problem that is going to come about. Now, his green armour that you can see there is because he's out hunting and he's riding at full gallop. And this is the real picture of someone like you now with a goal-oriented mental activity. He knows where he's heading, and he's not going to rest until he arrives at his destination. He is bringing to you remarkable powers of concentration. Thoughts and ideas will come to you with lightning speed, because he is a master of imaginative and flexible thinking. These things coming off him look like dragonfly wings or propellers. They really say that they refer to, I think, the four heavenly directions, and show that the power of thought isn't something now that you're going to have restricted by time or space. You're going to just suck in whatever is necessary to get things done for you. And this strong mental determination is going to be coupled with, naturally, with that ace that we saw there, with a deep emotional perceptiveness, to the extent that I think that only goals which are emotionally charged can set fire to your passion. But these little birds down here, let's have a look at these. What do they do? 1, 2, 3. 3 swallows, I suppose. They show that the body, the intellect, and the spirit, they are in harmony, and they are flying alongside you. So I do think that you are going to have a clear insight into a problem, and you'll get about sorting it out quickly, and you'll set new goals that are realistic without letting anything getting in the way. I do get this sense of restlessness around you, where you are changing and trying to get somewhere else, either in everyday life or maybe traveling. This is a time to listen to your head. Don't get swayed by feelings of compassion if there are things that are really necessary for you to get done. Yeah, I think this night is indicating a restlessness in all the aspects of your life. Maybe you want to break free from something in the workplace, but definitely now you're in a good position to forge plans, to set goals, and to make them happen. But do you know your goal? You've got to have a purpose. What happens when you achieve it? And say to yourself, I know my goal, and I know what I'm working towards, and each goal is just a milestone on the way to my ultimate destination. And then finally, and then rather quickly, because I'm aware of your time, here we have the Hermit here. This little character down there, it's a Hebrew letter. That's Yod, which is about fertility, creation, making things happen. Now this is Virgo ruling Mercury here, which is great because Mercury ruling Virgo rather, because Mercury rules Virgo and it's also exalted there. So I think you could be a mentor to someone. You could be providing them with some advice and counsel. It's almost as if you get divine inspiration, but that is saying here, do that. Seek outside the barriers of space and time. You're finding your own light now, maybe going inward, completing things, harvesting. You see, the Hermit has set out in search of internal fulfillment, and he has found the light within. He is so fulfilled by the wealth of the inner realm that to him anyway, the external world appears colourless and unimportant. Still, why not enjoy the good things in life? But when you do get into yourself, you do come home. You don't have to chase after the deceptive light of things which pass away. And if you are looking inside yourself, maybe it's in meditation sometimes, you've got to trust yourself. Because you can get led down, apparently, difficult things. And I suppose that this poisonous snake up here refers to that. Now, here's this three-headed dog, which in mythology is called Cerberus. Two of the heads look forward, one looks back. And his attention is directed partly toward the past in order to make sure that all important details have been brought to completion. Because you understand, don't you, that all unfinished business must be attended to before the available energy of this entire spread is going to be infused and used best effect within you. And this is saying to you, listen to your inner wisdom. Gather together with people who are supportive. Get rid of anybody who is negative in your life. They are vampires. You could be getting away from a situation in order to get a better insight into it. And you know what? I think you could also be becoming aware of something that you were previously in the dark about. Spending some alone time. Now ask yourself this, have you any unresolved situations or relationships in your life that do, in good conscience, need to be sorted out? And say this to yourself, I enjoy the feeling of completion and resolution, but I'm not going to compromise that which is important to me. And I can be alone, and happily so, because I can stop being alone whenever I feel like it. What a fabulous set of cards to you. Gee, can I come and live in your house? This looks like a great month. Made so much better for you being here.
Fantastic. Well, unless I see you in the meantime, either for a clairvoyant reading or for a healing, then I'll see you here again next month. And remember one thing, until I do see you again, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.